The old Mossevei. In the 1840s, there was a great need for a new southern route from Christiania toward Moss. In many places, the road lay on very hilly terrain, and it was difficult for horses with fully loaded wagons to go up and down Ekebergbakken, a hill just outside of Christiania. Engineer Officer Lieutenant Christian Wilhelm Bergh put forward a plan in 1847 for a new road that wound around Ekebergbakken toward Moss. The road was completed in 1859 and took over as the new main route. Mosseveien, or the old Mossevei as we call it today, was built after the new chaussee principle, which meant that the road gradually wound around the terrain and had as little incline as possible. This is in contrast to the older royal roads that were built in straight lines, regardless of the terrain. The stretch along Gjersjøen Lake largely follows the same route as it did in 1859. In some places, old road guard stones can be found along the edge of the road and cobblestones under the asphalt. Construction created a need for places to eat and to stay for road workers and travelers. Farmers drove to and fro Christiania with their goods. Travelers needed food and lodging, as well as hay and water for their horses. Some of these old rest stops are still in business today. The old Tyrigraven was built in 1854 and was the first rest stop that opened along the stretch from Oslo to Ås. The original building burnt down in 1924, but a new one, built in the functionalist style, stood ready in 1932. The rest stop, Sandviken, opened in 1859. Today, visitors can see it in the form of the restaurant Villa Sandviken. Other places that are now gone are the rest stops by Ringnes and the Tangen Inn. Up until the 1920s, roads were designed for horse transport. In the 1930s, major improvements were made to the road. Then, Gjersjøen petrol station was opened. It was the first modern petrol station along this stretch. After World War I, people were given more vacation time than ever before. During this time, tent camping was a popular low-budget holiday option among the working class from the city. Some of the first campgrounds in Norway opened along Gjersjøen Lake, with Gjersjøviken Summer Camp among them.
On lovely Sundays, the masses head out to see the sights along Gjersjøen Lake. The working class have the opportunity to go camping in the fresh air, far away from the hustle and bustle of the big city. In addition to Mother's camping basket full of goodies, the area attracts people to a number of restaurants and eateries. A camping area and cafe by Tyrigraven are in beautiful surroundings along Gjersjøen Lake. Mr. and Mrs. Bolstad run this restaurant with skilled hands. It's good for truck drivers to have a hot meal on their drive passing through to the capital. Helly Hansen is on the road with raincoats for a day with worse weather than this. The landmark The Wheel by Ringnes is also a popular attraction. Young and old gather around the restaurant. People come here by car, motorcycle, bicycle, or by bus. Mrs. Elsa Södering welcomes guests to Sandviken Restaurant. Seiersten Kiosk does the trick on a hot summer day. Along Gjersjøen Lake, there are several comfortable rest areas in beautiful natural surroundings. After car rationing restrictions were lifted, more people have had the opportunity to go and enjoy road trips. Long may it last.
In 1970, the new highway opened and the old Mossevei, as the main traffic artery, was closed down. The old Mossevei still lies there in its retirement and can look back on its important contribution to both local and through traffic. It represents a groundbreaking road construction technique and a unique cultural heritage that must be preserved.